All right, so it got nice out. Let's see if we can do a quick tool haul video before we get rained on or anything. I will gladly take 90 degree with some scattered storms over the 110 degrees that we had during the summer. So first we're going to look at our new Milwaukee light. So there's a few advantages on this one that I would really like, but we're going to go ahead and compare it to the Klein one. A couple features I like on this one. My main gripe, I do have the box still. So this is a Klein rechargeable work light, 460 lumens. This one goes from 100 to 250 to 500 lumens. This one I know has a low of 175 and a high of 460. So already you're going to get more light out of the Milwaukee one. 9 hours of battery life. This one, depending on what you get, you're going to average around 8 hours. So similar on that part. You can get a whole lot on that low light setting. But this one's rechargeable via USB-C. This one, my main complaint, because I do like the form factor and everything on it, I do like that this part around here is glow in the dark. So the light itself will recharge that, and you can see it in low light areas. It does have an output to charge a device, which is cool. So it's like a little battery bank as well. But it takes micro USB, which I hate. I have upgraded all my, my phone and different things that everything now takes USB-C. This is one of the only things that I have to charge via micro USB, which really sucks. And I just bought this, so I wish they would have updated that. Gonna use our tough built knife. I do like this a lot. This was probably in my last little tool haul video. Doing kitchen work, it's kind of cool that it has a scraper to clean off some stuff when I need to. So I just kind of wanted to show the counterpart there. It is a lot bigger, wider, but so much thinner. This thing folds out. This is magnetic. Can have both of them doing that. As far as light, that's our settings right there. So yeah, just when I would grab this, I'm gonna see how thick these clips are. It's just a little bit thicker, because I would clip this to like a zipper, and it wouldn't take up space on the inside of the bag. But then again, this is so thin that you might be able to put that, in your bag pretty easy. So I think I'm still gonna try and clip it on the outside. This one, I would grab it and kind of just push the button and use it like as a flashlight. I wouldn't mount it up all the time unless I needed to. Whereas, you go and grab this one, you got to remember to kind of push out the thing a little bit so you can get to the button. So that's the only thing, is the buttons are covered, whereas this one was exposed, and that may or may not be, a good or bad thing for you. So with this one, you'd have to pull it out a little bit, hit the button, and then you got your brightness mode here. So you got high, medium, and low. Since they're two different buttons, you do get a memory when you turn it off. So if you leave it on the lowest one, you turn it off, you turn it back on, it stays on that setting. And then you can go to the high one, whatever it is. Because they're separate, you get that option there. It's getting really windy out here. There's a USB-C port. This, again, pros and cons with both. I'm just kind of going over some of the quick features that I'm seeing. You know, this one's wider but thinner. This one's more narrow but a lot thicker. This one you can use as a battery bank, but it uses micro USB to charge, so you can charge your phone or other devices with this. This one is just you charge it with USB-C. USB-C is more common, but you don't get a battery bank out of this. One of the main features, so they both fold basically all the way around, and then they swivel. So this one does swivel in case you gotta hang it up somewhere. The only thing is going to be the clearance on this clip. That's the only clearance you get, so it can't go around anything super thick. So it's kind of just a little carabiner style. Whereas on this one, you also get the swivel, but if you need to put it around like a pipe or something, wherever you're working at, this does split open, and there is a magnet, you can hear it. So it does split open, so you kind of wrap around the pipe and then you can close it or leave it open however you want to hang it, and that's the advantage with that. But it would be cool if this one came and moved out too. If you could widen it, that'd be kind of cool. But for the most part, a little more convenience on hanging it if that's what you want to go with. But I tend to use the magnets here. These magnets are on the outside, so just remember, since these are on the inside, whatever area you put it on, it's centered, so there's no issue whether it's a small area or whatever. So just keep that in mind here, because if you're gonna be putting it up on something and you got it like only that much thickness of a piece of metal or whatever it is that you're putting that magnet on, you might not get both magnets on whatever you need. So you might need to clip it, you know, this way, and then kind of swivel it, angle it however you want to, if your piece of metal is going this way. Whereas on this one, you get a little more, you know, you get those magnets are in the center, so it's easier to mount. So not a super in-depth review, just I kind of want to try and see which one I like better. I would prefer the USB-C charging, but we'll see. That's the only annoying thing about this one. So we'll try that out. So our next one, what I have, like I said, I'm going to compare what I have and what I bought. So what I have is this one by Klein. It is an HVAC version because it has that Shrader core remover, and that makes it a 3-in-1, because there is a 4-in-1 version of this that's I can't remember what tips it has. It probably just has slotted and Phillips, but on this one we got slotted, Phillips, and then the Shrader core remover. You flip it over. I use that for thermostats and things like that, and then when I need to, I can take out a Shrader if I need to. But I've got a dedicated Shrader remover now that I use pretty much for everything, where I don't really need this, but if I need it, it's here. And then the cool thing with this one, I made sure to get the one that slides over so that doesn't poke a hole in my bag or anything like that. So that's what I had before for thermostats and little things. Now we got the Milwaukee version. I saw that they had their own that also conceals the shaft. It's essentially the same thing, and this one has, or it's a 4-in-1, so it's comparable to the Klein 4-in-1, but I have the HVAC version, the 3-in-1. So let's get this one open. So this one is a little bit beefier. The top swivels too. This one does swivel. Now this one's way more compact. It feels better. There's a rubber. There's a little more weight to it. This one is super light. It is a lot of plastic. So we'll see how that holds up. And you got 2 size Phillips and 2 size slotted. You got Phillips 00 and 0 and slotted 3/32 and 1/8. So it's the same concept. That little locking piece is on the end to where you can get that shorter clearance there and then slide it over. So the clip is nicer. We'll see how that holds up. Like I said, this one is hard to clip in my bag sometimes. It's that little piece right there, and I've broken these before. So I'm curious if this will, because there's some give there, hold up better, just taking it in and out of the bag. And when they're in the closed position, they're pretty close in size there. Yeah, they're pretty similar. It's just the Milwaukee one's a little bit thicker, and it's a lot lighter because of how much plastic it is versus, you know, all the different parts of the Klein. So these are really cool for thermostats and little knickknacks where you got really small screws. But I deal with a lot of electronics, so I went out. I'm not even sure if this is still available, but I went out and got the Tough Built precision set. This one has been really cool, and I want to say I mentioned this in my other tool haul before when I bought a bunch of different things. I think where I mentioned the knife too. So these are super thin, and they actually help me in electronic devices because when you're going through, they put the screws like recessed, and nothing else will fit. None of those multi-tool precision screwdrivers, none of the Klein like the insulated ones, and none of those little pocket ones that you get from the supply house, any of those, none of those will fit. This is a thinnest profile that I've been able to get, and it has worked out great for me. It's gotten me out of a pinch when I gotta wire in some really small electronics. So I have this set, which I do like, but I don't know if they still have it. I'm gonna double check. But I saw that Milwaukee has their own version too now, and now in the packaging I saw that you get, you know, a little case too. This one is zippered, and then you get all these different sizes here. So you got Phillips and slotted. You got well, you get 2 Phillips and 4 slotted on this set. All right, so we got our case there. Case is okay. I mean, it's sleek, compact. I don't know. You get like a little loop there if you need it. I would put like a carabiner on that and hang it somewhere. And then it's a flimsy little case. I do appreciate the Tough Built one a little bit more. It's easy. The stuff snaps in versus, you know, these little spandex deal straps, but it works. It just feels kind of cheap. So what I'm just gonna quickly show you is I deal with a lot of electronics, little displays like this that need to be wired in, and you shove in, you know, your wire through the back here, and your screws are actually on top. So some of them you can kind of see over here because they're raised higher. That's usually for your sensors, but all your power, compressor, stuff like that goes into these little slots here. And there's no clearance. This is all enclosed. They just give you these tiny little holes to loosen and tighten those screws so you can wire everything in. Simple pocket screwdriver like this. It kind of fits in there, but it's not small enough to actually turn or not like strip the screws. And then even if you force it, I mean, that you're gonna end up messing that up. But those are not perfect circles, they're actually ovals. So like this has a little hex shaft on it. I can't even turn it easily. You have to force it. And at that point, if these things are kind of tight or you're trying to get a tight connection, you're going to screw up all those screws. So that's where I really like having some dedicated precision screwdrivers, and I can go in there. It fits, it's super thin, easy to, you know, work with. And that's just me. We're going to electronics a lot, so you're going to need a good set of precision screwdrivers. All right, so it's like sunny, but it wants to rain, and now it's super windy. I'm not complaining. Like I said, in the summer it was 110 average, and it's not as bad. It's only high 90s, so we'll take it. Still super busy. Just wanted to give you guys like a little midweek tool haul video. Kind of just put it together. You know, my 680 meter, which I know a lot of people don't like, but I carry the full size meter and an impact now. Where I was trying to find something else, I tried a couple of electric screwdrivers, didn't really find one that I liked. I got one for my dad recently, which was a Craftsman electric screwdriver. He said it worked pretty good, so that's the only one that I haven't tried. The cobalt one that I was planning to do a video on it or show it in one of the videos, but instantly broke the buttons. Instantly broke the buttons, so it was a fail. I returned that real quick. But the Craftsman, I think it worked out. So as far as like I used to always get the HVAC versions of these different tools from Klein because they had that Shrader remover built in. I have since kind of relinquished, you know, trying to get that. I got a dedicated Shrader remover, which this one also is a torque. It has a torque built in to where you're going to get that Shrader in perfect every time. So this is by JB. I'll leave it linked in the description. As far as like, if you go to my tool link, you'll find everything there anyway. But basically when I put in new Shraders, when I do any of that, or when I take them out, I'm using this. You can take it out, or you spin this when you put a new one in until it clicks. Just don't even think about it. It's set in right. It's not too tight. It's not too loose. It won't leak on you right away. Just a peace of mind. And I carry these in all my bags now. Also, when I was there, I was in the Tough Built section. I got this little roll holder here, and it does extend. So if I needed to do it on the front and have more space, I could. But for now, that works fine for all the different kinds of tape that I'm always misplacing or throwing around in the van. I got it back here now, so that's been helpful too. I'm trying to get into the Tough Built little, what do you call it, accessory additions to, because I got Tough Built back here. So trying to get into like a little bit of their holders and stuff like that. I have another one on this side that's holding like it's supposed to be like for a long level, but I actually put pieces of copper in there because I always have scrap copper laying around, like, you know, pieces that are left over. So yeah, just like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got something out of it, just kind of comparing them. If you guys want a dedicated review on anything, let me know. But for the most part, just kind of showing you what I had, and then going out and buying basically the Milwaukee version. Milwaukee's trying to do or get into everything now. I think everybody's copying from each other, right? So everybody's getting into the pack out system now, and then Milwaukee's getting into all these little hand tools that they never had before. I like that little light, so we'll see how it is. Yeah, the only one that I think was way better than Milwaukee was the Tough Built precision screwdriver set, so I'm super glad that I have that one. That's been a game changer. So remember to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you guys. It ain't too bad when you keep everything where it's supposed to, but I desperately need to clean the van. Hopefully, I'm almost done with it. We can do a little van tour. But yeah, I'm gonna spend the day or the rest of the day here kind of cleaning up, throwing out some trash. Oh, we got a mess back here. Oh, I can't show you that. Blur. But yeah, van tour coming soon, and I'll see you guys.